Actually, you know what? Let's do an impromptu Death Stranding 2 spoiler talk. I can barely hear the PlayStation music. So anyway, Death Stranding 2. Beat it a couple days ago. I've spent over 70 hours. Well, this is actually more like 50 hours kind of thing. 21 hours. That's all end game stuff. Yes, I keep playing this game. I keep coming back. Even though I beat this damn game, I keep coming back. I keep coming back to this damn game. I love it so much. But yeah, Death Stranding 2 was one of those games that's like, it's one of those sequels that are like, you're kind of like, I don't know. The first one was Death Stranding. I thought was amazing. I thought it was great. I was like, do we need a sequel to Death Stranding? Like, do we really need to? I feel like it's a good standalone title, right? And Kojima was like, nope. Here's Death Stranding 2 on the beach. Honestly, I'm happy he decided to make a sequel because this game is fucking amazing. This game is amazing. Let's start with the gameplay. So basically, anyone who's played Death Stranding 2 in the last week will notice that it's basically just Metal Gear Solid 5. It's definitely inspired by the gameplay of Metal Gear Solid 5, at least the stealth aspect, the action aspect of it. And when you're approaching enemy camps, it's almost exactly how you would approach camps in Metal Gear Solid 5, down to the whole like sneaking behind enemies and then like incapacitating them. Yeah, that's Metal Gear formula if I've ever seen any. While we're on the topic of gameplay, like the weapons that you get in this game, the weapon variety in this game is actually really good. You have a different array of pistols, you know what? I've never used this during my main campaign. I've been using it a lot with the end game. For what other reason I'd never used it? Probably because I wanted to experience the game normally. Oh my god. Yes! Fucking up already. So talking about the weapons, there's a lot more variety here. From your standard assault rifles to returning weapons like the bola gun and the sticky gun and the shotgun, to new weapons like the sniper rifle. They didn't have a sniper rifle in Death Stranding. Also, the machine gun. They didn't have a machine gun in Death Stranding. Let's see what else. Assorted grenades. Some of these grenades I've never even used yet. Blood grenades, obviously, for the BTs. The decoy grenades and basically all the holo grenades I've never used yet. I want to try them out. Remote stun bombs I used. EX capture grenades. That's something that I'll get into in a bit. See, my stuff's not even done yet, but here we have like some like returning weapons like the quad rocket launcher, and then basically this whole, besides the rocket launcher, everything in this display is new. The rods, the staffs they use. Oh, the mazer gun comes back. It's kind of a returning gun from Death Stranding 1. Big bore handgun. It's basically a Magnum. And this little baby right here, my best friend, the tranquilizer gun.
Tranquilizer gun.
Tranquilizer gun.
Tranquilizer gun. Tranquilizer gun.
Yeah, tell me you're not Metal Gear Solid. And we have the Strand that's making a return. The Blood Boomerang, it's a new weapon. It's basically the equivalent to the cufflink as far as dealing with BTs is concerned. You use it to cut the umbilical cords, but you can also use it to fill with Sam's blood and then throw it at BTs. And now, you might be wondering, what the fuck is this? This is obviously a new weapon after you beat the game. It's what it looks like. It's a guitar. It's a guitar gun that you can use in the field. Speaking of that, going back to the EX capture grenades, you can actually capture BTs in this game, like the big BTs, right? Catchers, if you will. I've caught a couple of them so far. I just need to see if I can collect all of them. And then we've got other weapons like the dog mine. I haven't used the dog mine yet. The floating sentry gun I haven't used. The rocket box I have used, but I didn't really like it, so I never used it. But yeah, to say that there's a plethora of weapons in Death Stranding 2, moreover than Death Stranding 1, that's an understatement. And it definitely adds to gameplay variety. I basically talked about the combat with the guns and all that. Speaking of combat, the boss battles in this game, I think I said this before in my spoiler-free review, which is never going to see the light of day. The boss battles in this game are phenomenal. They are so amazing. Let's go back to the private room. As far as enemies are concerned, you still have your standard BTs. your watchers, your gazers. This motherfucker is scary, by the way. The new BT that you encounter in Australia with the glowing eyes. He's the scariest one. They're called watchers because I wonder why they're called watchers. And we got your standard gazers and the hunters. The one that if you get caught by a BT or if you touch a BT, these guys come out from the tar and try to drag you away. What are these guys? They drag you away to fight a catcher BT. You can catch big BTs, like catcher BTs, with the EX capture grenade when their health is low. So you still have to fight it, but once its health gets in the red, you can capture it. And next up, we have the regular bandits. They're not called mules per se, but they act and behave like mules. From the mules, we have more human enemy variety. There are 3 human enemy types: bandits, brigands, and the armored survivalists. The brigands, they're a lot more aggressive and carry much more firepower and equipment than the regular bandits. Bandits are just bandits. These ones are on some level 2 type shit. And there's an even worse group called the survivalists, who have the highest equipment and highest weaponry, to the point where I think like some of them have bullet deflecting technology, something like that. So you have to shoot them a certain amount of time before that you can actually damage them.
This is the little gizmo. Only cutting edge technology.
You fucking assholes. Ghost mechs, which are robots / cyborg enemies from, I forgot where they were from. They're from the beach. Who knew? I'm kidding. They operate just like BTs in a sense that you use the Oldjur deck to sense where they are. And here we have the different types of ghost mechs. They behave straight up like Terminators. They are essentially Terminators, basically. Hang on, let me see. There was one specific enemy. Was it the coffin? There's one ghost mech who reminds me of Crying Wolf from Metal Gear Solid 4. I saw him for the first time. I was just like, that's basically just Crying Wolf, and I love it. It's amazing. Aside from these enemies, you have these encounters. You find another character named Neil in what looks like to be his beach, full of fireworks and all that stuff. And you fight him 3 times, and every single time you face him, it's a different scenario, and it's a different way to beat him. Kind of, sort of like Levvl, if that makes sense. But yeah, every time I fought Neil, I've like each encounter was different. If you go back and look at my gameplay or the last boss fight, you'll see that I use my fists a lot. That's because I wanted to just beat this shit. Like, he uses his guns, I'm like, no, motherfucker, I'm gonna use my fist to beat your ass. And it was satisfying. It took me a long time. It took me a long time to beat him, but it was satisfying to land that final, like, rushing punch or whatever it was. Oh fuck, that was so clean. And then there's Higgs. What can I say about Higgs? It's fucking annoying as shit. Final phase of that fight in the first game, it was basically Metal Gear Solid 4 slugfest. In this game, they kind of brought that back, but they went crazy. They went crazy with it. It's basically that final boss, that final slugfest, but with guitars. It's wild, and it's honestly one of the best final boss encounters that I've played, like, at least in a while. As far as characters, you have Sam and his big brooding self, BB, and you also have little baby Lou. You start out the game, and about like 3 or 4 hours into the game, Lou gets killed. I'm sorry, I said at the beginning that I'm gonna do spoiler talks. And then, returning from the last game, we have Die Hardman Fragile, Deadman, Hartman, along with some new characters. Tarman, who is friends with Die Hardman, and we have Dollman, whose soul is trapped in a doll, hence the name Dollman. And we have Charlie, who acts like Die Hardman from Death Stranding 1, which, ironically, are the same person. Charlie and Die Hardman is basically just Die Hardman. Other new characters, Rainy. Every time she walks outside, it starts to rain. but it doesn't. Let's see, it doesn't age or it doesn't progress time like Timefall does. It's just regular rain, or is it? And then we have Tomorrow, which is she's my favorite character in the whole thing. She's not. It's not really talked about who her character is. I find it very, very intriguing. We all know who she is now, or those who finished the game, we all know who she really is, her real identity. Does it even say here? Nope, it doesn't. And here's Neil, best boss, some of the best boss fights. And then we're introduced for the first time Lucy, which is who is Sam's wife, who also happens to be having some kind of fling with Neil. Lucy, you done cheat and you paid the price. Kidding. I believe that's all the new characters we're talking about. So as far as the story goes, it's a lot better. It's a lot easier to understand than the first game, in my opinion. Like there were a couple of moments where I was like, okay, how does that work, kind of thing. But for the most part, it was easy to follow. I wasn't thrown off by some of the terminology that they threw at me. It's not the same case with Death Stranding 1. With Death Stranding 1, I was like scratching my head the whole most of the time, trying to figure out what was going on. I eventually understood, but like during my initial playthrough, I'm like, what did you get? What? Here I was just like, oh, that makes sense. Well, I don't know. No, you know what? I figured it out. So yeah, for me, the story of Death Stranding 2 was easier to follow. For some people, that's a good thing. Some people, it's a bad thing. Some people, they're like, oh, it's oversimplified. I can understand what they were saying and why they would say that. But at the same time, I understood the story enough to say that I like the story better than Death Stranding 1. Some of it may not make sense 100%, but I feel like that's kind of the beauty of like storytelling. You're left to wonder, like, what? You're left to think a little bit, right? I guess I can talk about who Tomorrow is. So by the end of the game, spoiler talk, Tomorrow at some point is revealed to be Lou, by Higgs no less. I remember when we first saw Tomorrow in like a trailer, like last year or a couple years ago, maybe 2 or 3 years ago, everybody, including myself, was like, oh shit, is that Lou all grown up? Who is this chick? Who is this girl? I think it's Lou. For me, that reveal that Tomorrow is Lou was kind of anticlimactic, but at the time I was happy that they confirmed that Tomorrow is Lou. I just wish Hideo would not have shown like certain scenes involving Tomorrow. I feel like, I don't know, just don't show too much in like trailers and discussions and panels and all that stuff. Like, I know it's to build hype and promotion for the game, but if it seems like Tomorrow's scene fighting the ghost mechs is a scene that you decide to show to the public, I felt that could have been like, that scene could have been more impactful. Whether it's like, oh my god, she's so badass, or whether it's that, or whether it's like, what the fuck is going on, type of thing, right? But yeah, that reveal was, like I said, it was kind of anticlimactic. But I was happy that they 100% confirmed that Tomorrow is Lou. So that being said, thinking about the future, if Hideo decided to make a Death Stranding 3, I'd be like, oh, cool. Because I feel like Death Stranding's story is good. It's good right here. Just like Death Stranding 1 and 2. The story is good. Like, you don't have to do anything else anymore. Right? Like God of War Ragnarok, it's good. Maybe a spin-off game with Atreus But as far as God of War Norse series, like I feel like it doesn't need to be touched anymore. It's time to move on, right? That being said, for Death Stranding, if they ever do decide to make a sequel, I wouldn't be mad. Like I wouldn't be mad about it. Like, cool, it's a new Death Stranding game. Wonder what they're gonna do this time. And if they do, judging by how the final scene in Death Stranding 2 was executed, it seems that they're gearing up for a sequel with Tomorrow as the main character. So if they made a game, if they made Death Stranding 3 with Tomorrow as the main character, I wouldn't be mad about it. I would love to use her powers. I would definitely love to use her tar powers. Like, could you imagine a game with Tomorrow being able to flip around and like beat her enemies, kind of like a character action game? Ooh, there's a concept. Death Stranding 3 character action game, character action / shooter. Because I feel like you still need the elements of Death Stranding 1 and 2 as far as weaponry is concerned. Like, you can go around and shoot, but that I feel like that would be amazing, or that would be that's an interesting concept. Like Death Stranding 3 character action / shooter type of game. How they would do that, I have no idea, but it's Kojima Productions. I'm sure they'll come up with something. If they decide not to make Death Stranding 3, it would be cool if they made DLC for Death Stranding 2, also with Tomorrow. That'd be fine. I'd be fine with that. There's a few ways that they can approach a potential sequel / DLC with Tomorrow being the center character. But as far as the main story goes, I feel like it's good. Right? It's a good ending. Even though the reveal of Tomorrow being Lou was anticlimactic, you know, I think it's good. Also, leading up to the reveal, I wish that there were more interactions with with Tomorrow and Sam, so that the reveal of Tomorrow being Lou, that would have been more impactful from Sam perspective. But whatever, it's this game is done. This game is done, and it's really good. It's really good. It's one of the contenders for Game of the Year. I personally want it to win, but I know Expedition 33 is also really good. I've never played it. I don't know if I will be able to play it, but from what I've seen other people play, I can agree that yeah, it's also really good. So there's a bit of a heavyweight match there. So we'll see which game comes out on top. But yeah, Death Stranding 2. I think that's all I have to say for the spoiler talk. Man, I felt more comfortable talking about the spoilers than trying to keep it spoiler free. As far as final verdict goes, I loved it. There were some parts where I was like, yeah. The snowy parts, the snowy area, the mountainous area, they're still annoying. They were annoying in the first game. They're still annoying here. But for the most part, majority of this game is like, mwah. Right? If I were to give it a rating, like I would give it like literally a 9.5 out of 10. So yeah, that's my thoughts and feelings on Death Stranding 2. It's a nice game. It's a cozy game. Man, I kind of want to start playing right now.